If you're watching 1923 Season 2, you know that Spencer finally boarded a train to Montana at the end of Episode 5. Now, being the optimistic person that I am, I assumed he would reach Jacob and Kara in Episode 6. However, it turns out that his arrival is actually set for Episode 7. I discovered this after reading the descriptions for Episodes 6 and 7. But that's not all. I also came across a fascinating piece of information about the next Yellowstone prequel, 1969, thanks to a comment on my previous video. By the way, shout out to that commenter. The most exciting part? Spencer will be in this new prequel. We've all been eagerly waiting for Spencer to reach Montana since Season 1 began. Characters like Kara repeatedly emphasized that Spencer was the only one capable of standing up to a man like Donald Whitfield, given his war hero background. So, it wasn't difficult to predict that Spencer would eventually arrive in Montana and take on the family's enemies. After all, we know from the original Yellowstone series that the ranch remains in the family's hands until at least the 2020s. However, one lingering question has been whether Spencer would survive this battle. Taylor Sheridan has a track record of killing off main characters, just look at 1883. This has fueled numerous theories suggesting that either Spencer or Alexandra might not make it to the end of 1923. But a new detail from IMDb reveals a major spoiler: Spencer will not only survive but will live well into 1969. Let's examine the upcoming episode descriptions to understand why this is the case. Episode 6, The Mountain Teeth of Monsters. The synopsis states: The Duttons receive good news. Alexandra catches a lucky break during her journey and reunites with a face from her past. This implies that Jacob and Kara will hear about Spencer's arrival from the sheriff in Episode 6. However, we won't actually see him reach Montana until the penultimate episode. Honestly, this delay is frustrating on Taylor Sheridan's part, but let's move on. Episode 7, A Dream and a Memory. The description reads: Jacob and his crew eagerly await Spencer's return at the train station. Tiona has a fateful run-in. Alexandra braves the cold. For those who haven't seen my previous video, I had already discussed the train station scene shown in the trailers. In that footage, we see Jacob and the sheriff at the station, waiting for Spencer's train. However, Banner and his men are also present, and a gunfight breaks out. At one point, we even see Spencer rushing back inside the train, likely realizing that someone is trying to kill him. I believe Spencer will survive this confrontation, possibly even killing Banner in the process. One thing is certain: Episode 7 is going to be action-packed. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. IMDb's credits for Episode 7 list an actor named Gerard Sanders playing 1969 Spencer. Yes, you read that right. This is a massive spoiler from IMDb, and I can't believe I